It's 9 minutes before we say goodbye here on Morning Live. Now, Joe Legendary is an organizer and a host of Lyricist Lounge in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Lyricist Lounge, held once every 2 months, is a platform for up-and-coming Tanzanian performing artists to actually showcase what they have to offer. The popular event in the country's capital is attended by many who want to experience some of the best new sounds Tanzania has to offer. Joe Legendary has various collections of work as a rapper which have appeared on various Tanzanian mixtapes, and his debut full-length album will, however, be released in February in the new year. But to hear more about Joe Legendary, he's here with us this morning. You saw his performance just before the break. Let's just have a short chat with him. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, first of all, why are you here in South Africa?
Well, it's a beautiful place, and it happens that everybody is here. Why not? Why not here? Yeah. Why not? Why not? That would be the question. Yeah. But so far it's been good. I've also been trying to make some connections with the platform that we have in Tanzania, back home in Tanzania, just to learn more, because it's a bigger music scene here, and it's more advanced in so many different ways. So I've been learning a lot. Yeah. So
are you looking into some future collaborations with South African artists?
We've just to touch on that. We've also had South African artists perform in Lyricist Lounge. Oh. Mostly they're underground artists, and it's been great so far to have so many people from so many different nationalities perform at our stage. It just makes our event much more credible as a platform also for
All
other
right. So
local.
The Lyricist Lounge itself, it's not just focusing on Tanzanians.
It's majorly focusing on underground artists, mostly Tanzanians, but then our crowd is also very diverse. So in the world that we live in, digital platforms are everything in terms of distribution. So if you have people performing from other countries, for instance, South Africa, it also fosters room for collaboration between Tanzanian artists and South African artists, or Tanzanian artists and artists from Mozambique or anywhere else in the globe. So that has been part of what we do to help our artists.
And if my memory serves me well, there's a similar event in America, similar one to Lyricist Lounge. So, does it have a link to this one in Tanzania?
Not a direct link, and the American version is more of a TV show. It was a TV show back in the 90s, in a New York-based TV show. So just in summary, how Lyricist Lounge started, it was Jennifer Erie from New York, I and Gaidi, and we just got together because, well, Jennifer felt like there was a lack of a space or a platform for the underground artists up in Tanzania. So we just called that just to have the feel. But we have been a little bit in touch with the Lyricist Lounge back in the US, but there's no direct link. Like, we're not working together.
All right, let's go back to your name.
Okay.
Joe Legendary. Why the name? How did it come about?
We were chatting earlier. The furthest I can remember is me writing it on my left arm, Legendary, and it just stuck with me being on radio. Everybody called me that, and also part of it is because I believe what I do is legendary, and whatever I should do it to the max, to legendary status. And that's the energy I put out with all the artists who I come across, all the people. So it's basically that. It is what it is. Joe Legendary.
The power of the tongue, my brother.
The power of the tongue, speaking it into existence, my sister.
So what's the hip-hop scene like back in Tanzania?
It's very diverse. Most of it is in Kiswahili. That's our main language in Tanzania. But also, I would say the influence of technology with digital platforms, with the rise of SoundCloud rappers in the world. There's also been SoundCloud generation that's happening in Tanzania, and I've been working very closely with these artists in terms of branding. Also co-run a studio back home, a music studio. So there's that element that we don't need traditional media for the artists to blow, because also it's kind of saturated the market. There's a lot of money involved, so it's harder and harder for artists to break. So right now there's a lot of artists using the SoundCloud or the online platforms, and these artists tend to be a little bit more influenced by the Western culture. You wouldn't really question much, because also it's new in the West, but then it's also their only way, they feel like their only way to break.
All right, a quick one on this. Your album is expected to be released in February next year.
February 2018, because of a lot of ups and downs, a lot of cancellations. It was slated to be October this year. That didn't happen. There's been back and forth with the studio, because our studio has been releasing also a compilation album. So that also came into play, and we felt like with the compilation album, a lot of our artists will be highlighted at the same time, and then we can put our separate projects after everybody gets a shot with the limelight.
It's not an easy ride, hey? It's not.
It's not at all. It's not at all. But somebody's got to do it.
It has to be done.
It has to be done.
Well, thank you so much for coming through, and all the best for 2018.
Thank you very much. If I can mention, @Joe Legendary on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Please follow me, and let's catch up. South Africa, I love you so much.
Wow, thank you so much. We love you too. That was Joe Legendary from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, currently in South Africa, to talk to us about his work. So we're taking a break here on Morning